Aang, you're an airbender.
Sure am.
Let's be real, Magic the Gathering is complicated. It's hard to know how or where to start, and it's a very intimidating game. But last year, a product called the Foundations Beginner Box finally provided a pretty excellent starting point for newcomers that Paper Magic has needed for a while now. 1 year later, with a brand new beginner box themed around the Avatar The Last Airbender crossover set that's coming up in a few months, that inviting front door is being opened up to a whole new wide audience. Ahead of the Avatar set's official first look reveal earlier this week, Wizards of the Coast sent me that beginner box to show off to all of you. And so far, it's been every bit the flavorful introduction I was hoping for, full of cute moments and references.
You're all about to come down with a nasty case of Pentapock.
With also some simple but still mechanically interesting cards to ease new players in.
There's no war in Ba Sing Se.
With 47 brand new cards that are unique to this product, as well as dozens more from the main set, including reprints with new Avatar themed art, we have a whole lot to show you today. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. I'll show you what's inside this box, all the tokens, the dice, and then don't worry, at the end of the video, we're gonna show clean versions of every single card in the box, sorted by the themed packets that they're in, as well as what I think about it so far. If you've already tried the Foundations version, this is pretty much the exact same thing, with new cards and an Avatar-themed coat of paint. And if you haven't, or you're simply an Avatar fan who's dipping a toe into Magic for the first time, this is genuinely a pretty great place to get started. It comes with 10 differently themed pre-built jumpstart decks, each of which is essentially half of a 40-card deck so that you and a friend can each grab 2, shuffle them together, and play when you're on relatively even footing. It also comes with a simplified rulebook. Trust me, you do not need to know Magic's comprehensive rules right when you're starting to learn this game, as well as 2 fold-out playmats to give you a sense of how the game is laid out, and some dice and tokens to keep track of other things. There are 120 total non-land cards in this box, 50 of which have the TLE set code, which also has a set symbol that looks like Aang's glider. These cards are not part of the main set, they're only legal in what's called Eternal format, so like Commander, Legacy, stuff like that. The rest of the cards are from the main Avatar set, which has a set code TLA and a set symbol that looks like Aang's head. You'll see most of the cards in this actually have that one, and so those will be in the main set as well. The real brilliance of the beginner box is how 2 of the 10 jumpstart decks are actually designed to be a sort of guided tutorial of sorts to walk you and another player through a basic game. They come stacked in a specific order and aren't meant to be shuffled ahead of your first game, with each player getting their own guidebook full of instructions to follow. These walk you through a mostly scripted game, complete with cute little word bubbles from Avatar characters discussing it. It's not like playing that on-rails match is particularly exciting, but by taking a note out of a lot of board game rulebooks that do something similar, the beginner box is able to provide a foundation of understanding that is a truly effective learning tool. Magic has a lot of moving parts that are often invisible, relying on the players to track things like the phases of a turn or who has an opportunity to act at any given time. It's a big reason why my go-to recommendation for learning this game has been to download the MTG Arena digital client and play through that tutorial online first, which, to be fair, is still quite a good way to learn. But there's just something satisfying about learning to play a paper game with paper cards, and that tutorial match sets you up for success in a way Magic has largely lacked. It's also important that the beginner box isn't just a tutorial, as those introductory decks then become part of the 10 half-deck pool, letting you mix and match themes like a green deck full of big creatures with a black deck all about going on the offensive. The idea of set packets like this isn't anything new in Magic. Avatar is even getting its own proper jumpstart release as well. But when the deck building of constructed formats like Standard or Commander can have a high barrier of entry, and the knowledge required for limited formats like Draft can be intimidating, it continues to be one of the most intuitive and approachable ways to enjoy Magic early on. Of course, most of the praise I've sung so far is true of the original beginner box too, and what sets this one apart is its Avatar flavor. As a huge fan of the show, it was a delight to recognize so many references and characters across its cards.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench ya.
From different takes on characters like Aang or Sokka, to goofy moments like the one on the card, How to Start a Riot.
Hey! Riot!
There are more of Avatar's iconic hybrid animals than I can count, clever callbacks to some of my favorite moments, and friendly or menacing faces in every hand you draw. Notably, I don't think any of the cards we're revealing today are gonna light any constructed formats on fire or anything, and I don't think they're meant to. They're simplified takes on these people and places meant to bridge the gap between Avatar fans and its Magic set. A card like Path to Redemption, which basically imprisons an opposing creature until you pay to essentially turn it into an ally, isn't the strongest version of this sort of effect we've ever seen, but it is an incredibly neat way to tell part of Uncle Iroh's story.
Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place.
It's the kind of thing that helps make what Magic is trying to do flavor-wise make sense. Other cards are more direct references with their tie-ins, particularly when it comes to bending. Water, earth, fire, and airbending are all represented in both the main set and the beginner box, each offering a different take on what they mechanically look like in Magic. Waterbending, earthbending, and firebending each even have their own jumpstart decks here specifically named after them, that are blue, green, and red respectively. Those colors make sense, with airbending also intuitively making an appearance in one of the white decks. But they don't seem to be restricted to them either, with some earthbending showing up in black in this product and some other crossovers happening in the main set. All in all, using one of Magic the Gathering's Universes Beyond crossovers as the theme for one of these beginner boxes is a great idea to me. Wizards of the Coast has already talked a ton about how these tie-ins bring new players into the game at a sort of unprecedented rate, the most recent of which was the Final Fantasy set, which apparently blew away even the most lofty of expectations in terms of its popularity. So, if you're a big Avatar fan who's curious about what this crossover entails, but is intimidated by a 3-decade-old card game that is a reputation for being intimidating, well then it's hard to think of a better place to start than this. Like I said at the top, stick around if you want to see every card that is in the beginner box sorted by which jumpstart decks they're in. And then if you want more Avatar, we recently talked to the creators of the show at San Diego Comic-Con. You can watch that interview. And for everything Magic and gaming in general, stick right here with IGN. For everything Magic and all things gaming, stay right here on IGN.
Toph is very much a character that does what she has to.
Come on.
And very creative.
Very resourceful.
Yes.
Will it give it to us?
I am the greatest earthbender in the world! Don't you two dunderheads ever forget!
Shaboom!